Hello, everybody. I'm going to be reading my poem about cancer. I lost someone recently, and I've dealt with cancer several times, and I've heard how cancers affect many others' lives. Cancer is a long battle, just like this is going to be a long poem. So buckle in. I listened to a poem on repeat, especially lately. It's titled A Letter from Cancer by Kevin Cantor, a great poet. In it, Cantor explains desperately that you will love him, accept him, like a lover in an abusive relationship, as though Cancer is a biker with a smile that lures you in as you slowly realize this relationship is toxic. That bad boy they tell you to stay away from. He's so goddamn manipulative. The way he manipulates your DNA into crumbling foundations. The poem was incredible and always sends chills down my spine. The same kind of chills I watched my mother try to desperately shake off, trying to pretend she was still warm with hope. Then you, with your slick tongue, you dog, you Cancer, you hold her and only make her shiver again as though you can't provide warmth. As though you had to see the hope be shaken away. Your lover shakes so violently that words avoid the war zone of their veteran lips. They tremble as muscles dance with the two left feet in its very lonely waltz. You never give them a chance to respond to you, Cancer. Mainly because you silence them by giving them glass-shattered minds or caskets that always seem to arrive a little too early. I've seen you, Cancer. I am the third side of your story, never being under your sadistic thumb, but I have seen what your hands have done to some of those I love so dearly. I will do my best to say the things your victims desperately wish they could convey, or were still here to even say. First of all, Cancer, on the behalf of all of your ex-abused lovers, go fuck yourself. Sorry, sometimes the word fuck is such a powerful word. Seems to always collect all the pain in the world and explode them with total relief, but no amount of expletives and explanations can become cures, but they can make the most painful moments feel a little softer when they impact. Cancer, you first entered my life like a drunk, fucked up stepfather that only wanted my mother to yourself. You slurred promises out of your throat, promises to one day leave. You stayed 3 years too long, 3 years of watching her shake, watching her eyes break in the levees of hopelessness. You made her hair thinner than you promised of salvation. Who would want to be an angel when it feels as though your bones will only be accompanied by wings made of lead feathers? Why would they believe in heaven when you've made their bodies into such a hell, a Tartarus, a place void of prosperity that I have seen a Holocaust survivor have more reasons to smile? God, you must be a lonely collection of cells, Cancer, because you kept my mother locked up in one. I'm sorry, a hospital. Hospital beds and white walls sometimes feels like a prison. Feels too much like a place you are not meant to leave alive. You pray, though, you will leave alive. 3 years you tried to tell her, give up, that the pain was too much. But you had children. And when you came into my mom's body and you came to ravage it, you tried to strip her entity of all of its light. So the doctors filled her veins with radiant venom just so they could eat away your dark poison. She lost all of almost herself. But Mom, no matter what, you're always going to be beautiful. No matter how thin your hair is, how sunken your eyes may become, your cheekbones are cut out of hardships with no excuses. I must beat this for my kids. No excuses. I have to stay strong for them. No excuses. Just do as the doctors say. No excuses. Don't let your children see how badly this is killing me. No excuses. Don't let them see you cry. No excuses. Don't die. No excuses. Well, what was your excuse, Cancer, for making my mother into something I never thought she could be? Weak. I watched you cry, Mom, as Cancer finally got into your head. You felt as though you might not win this. That Cancer had cornered you. He knew where you lived. He knew your favorite hiding spots. He knew how many cigarettes you took for granted as he takes your body for granted. You then start couples therapy with Cancer, chemotherapy. some would call it. A year of chemo, which according to you only made you weaker, sicker, hair thinner, and something in the less of who you were. You stopped and started smoking weed. You basically felt like if you're going to die, you might as well enjoy yourself. Your cancer was at almost stage 3 before the chemo and almost the same when you stopped chemo. But a year after you stopped chemo and was continuing to smoke weed, your numbers dwindled? And it's been over a decade and you are still fucking here. I'm not turning this into advocacy for marijuana, and I don't know what saved her. What I know, though, is she is still alive, and I do not take that for granted because cancer, most people don't get out of relationships with you alive. My mother is alive. Her cheekbones are only become stronger. Now knowing the only thing radiant about my mom might be her smile, you took away her vocal cords, her singing voice. You took away her strength, her knees. You took so much but her life, and she will not give that up because she has to be here to see her children grow. But cancer, we know your track record. You lack mercy. For those who simply want a chance, who deserve one. You took my girlfriend's grandmother of only 64. Joyce was her name. If you wanted to call her her real name, though, you might lose all your teeth, according to my girlfriend. See, I never got to meet her because you took her before me and my girlfriend even met. But my girlfriend's stories of her grandmother are always so sincere, so heartfelt. She apparently took care of my girlfriend when her parents weren't doing the best job at being parents. She taught her so much, manners, tying her shoes, overall protected her and kept her safe. She sounded so amazing. But cancer, you came in and divided and dived into her blood. And you rooted yourself through her body. Amber was having her 13th birthday party when she found out her grandmother only had 6 months left. You passed away in less than 2. Joyce did not even get half of what you promised. How dare you not steal lives but cut time short, as though you are impatient and cannot wait to move on to your next victim. And then you took Christopher Yates recently. Who was he? Christopher Yates was my sister's father-in-law, and I always call him my father-in-law because honestly, he was a father figure. My sister knew him of over 15 years and has influenced my life as though he was a second dad as well. He was wondrously kind, strong, and a courageous man. He is the reason why we have a roof over our head twice. He is the reason why I know how to use these hands. He is the reason why I know that sometimes things get hard and you might want to give up, but the job's got to get done. This man worked full-time jobs, a paramedic and a real estate agent. And in his free time, he would come help you, from fixing the electric to car help, putting down carpet. It didn't matter as long as he knew his work was going to a soul that needed it most. He drove 7 hours straight just to deliver his first grandson, my beautiful nephew Robert. Chris was nothing less than an angel who just didn't have wings. He may have smoked too much, and probably if you cut him, he bled fucking coffee, I assure you. Chris had melanoma on his forearm that was removed 5 years ago. Chris did a very good job of taking care of everybody else but himself and never really letting you see his weaknesses. And then a few months ago, apparently he got melanoma again in his nose. I got a call and I didn't even know he was going into surgery. And apparently they removed a collection of cells from his nasal cavity, and a week later I blew a tire taking my girl to work. I was really tired, ironically, and hit the curb, and I finally just destroyed it. I called everyone I knew because I don't know shit about cars. If they had a jack, I called you, Chris. You were in the hospital for severe back pain and vomiting, but you didn't tell me that. I learned that from your family later. You only told me you were just there because you were in pain, and you sounded slightly discomforted and explained you just couldn't assist me, unfortunately, at the time. I didn't think anything of it. Apparently I was the last person to talk to you while you still were here, coherent. I can't believe the last words from you to me is, I can't help you right now. Because you always were there, no matter what. And 3 days later, my sister tells me they found cancer that has metastasized in your spine and within your brain. The same day, you had a seizure and half of your body went paralyzed. You lost half of who you were. A day later, then, the family told us to come to the house to pay our final respects. You apparently stopped breathing 4 times that day. This happened in less than 2 weeks. We were told you had at least 8. Cancer, you're so fucking greedy. I did not want to see him in that state. I also missed his viewing due to work. That was my excuse. But for the true selfish reasons were, a couple weeks ago, we were in my house discussing how to fix the bathroom and put a vent in, how to seal the basement. Plan after plan I secretly look forward to. You were here and seemed so healthy, and the same look in your eye I don't ever want to forget that says there's still a lot of work to be done, but it'll get done. Even though that Monday night Chris finally got his final pink slip from God himself. He is now amongst angels, and he has his wings. Probably drinking too much wine and with a pack of Marlboro Reds in his left pocket that will never, ever empty. But I know what he's enjoying the most. Rest. And you better be resting, because you deserve every moment of sleep. The fact that he doesn't have to be our Atlas anymore and hold up our world. He's shown us that the world has learned to carry its own weight. This is not just a memorial or a recollection of those beautiful people you have cleaned with your sick, disgusting, ugly hands. I just fucking hate you, Cancer. You ruin lives. You steal childhoods and potential from children. You make bones rattle with agony while muscles whimper at the sight of you. Cancer, you fill lungs with blood and turn gums and throats into rot and regret. Force your way into brains and hearts like an unwanted roommate. You can make an epidermis into an epidemic. You use their bodies as target practice with no aim in mind, just as long as you can do some damage. You make me ironically sick. Why do I even try to reason with you, Cancer? You feel no regret. You feel no shame. You feel no pity or mercy. This is just a sick game of sickness that you are addicted to spreading as though you'll never be satisfied until everyone loves you, accepts you. The only thing I accept is that one day you'll be a fucking history lesson. Another bubonic plague that we'll never have to concern ourselves with again. Cancer, you feel absolutely nothing, but you take everything. But you will never take the memories away from those we love. I'll never give you the satisfaction of understanding you, grasping why in this beautiful life would create such an ugly form of death. We will never let you believe you are going to win this, and if you do win once in a while, we will continue to tell the stories of the ones we lost. We will not let you poison the memories. 2. P.S. Cancer. Before I go, I forgot to remind you something. No matter how many words you say and how strong you think you are than us, we will one day get rid of you permanently, and you will die alone. Oh yeah, PSS. Go fuck yourself. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I lost my father-in-law, Chris Yates, recently to cancer. He died so quickly we couldn't grasp it. My mom fought cancer for 3 years. I knew so many people who lost people to cancer, children, people who didn't deserve to suffer so quickly or harshly and lose to who they are. Don't take people for granted. You never know when the last day is going to be the last day. I know I stutter a lot. I have autism spectrum disorder, PTSD, bipolar, dyslexia, and probably a slew of other issues. But I deal with them every day and stay strong and write and create to prove to the people that I love, even if they're not here, that I can still stay strong. To show them that no matter how weak something can make you, it doesn't have to make you. You're not alone. Stay strong for those that need you to stay strong. But understand it's okay to be weak. Show every day the ones you love that you love them. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Be good. This is Nicholas Martello, or also Weirder the Rapper, the spoken word artist and rap artist, and you will hear more from me. Hope you enjoyed this first video. Y'all have a good one.